countries like Burundi, TZ, are having better prices than Kenyans. How does the government now try to explain to Mwananchi that our hands are tied?
Ben, first let me begin with the points my colleague has put it forward. For sure it is a fact, a reality in life. However, I would like to disagree with him on one thing, which is the government cannot do something for its citizen because there are conditions set by IMF. Because we do not operate on the layout of IMF demands. We operate on the best way we can have the best life for the citizen of this country. There are a number of things that happens when crises occur. Kenyans have not been complaining about these pumps until then when the crisis of petroleum product has emerged. You remember when we were at 2019-2020 COVID time, even individual traders have reduced prices or even exempted Kenyans from paying house rents because of the situation at that particular time. That does not mean that you have given up on your business, but you have looked at the situation at hand then and then considered the options that are viable. If we push for things which are not viable, then what happens is that it will burst. People can no longer resist pressures because Kenyans on daily basis, they are actually bearing with significant lifestyle pressures. We have a lot of resources in this country that can be diverted into the current crisis and reduce the pressure from the common Mwananchi. For example, if we are saying that we cannot touch these taxes, 40 to 50% of the pump price is actually what we are talking about as a tax. We are not intending to stay at where we are now in the crisis. This crisis is likely to end. All crises usually come, depending on how long it will take, eventually, ultimately, it will come to an end. So, during this crisis, the government has all the opportunity to protect the citizens of this country so that they do not suffer. You will going to see people now having effects of the current crisis in their home states. And you're going to see even mental health issues rising in the country. So it is not about the best model that is in place. It is how best can this best model be compromised to meet the basic need of this country. So there are two things. I know the situation where the government is in now, but the government has all the privilege, all the responsibility to cut off all their expenditures that they use on daily basis in their offices. I mean, why do we travel now and then here and there, use a lot of expenditures when we can divert that expenditure into reducing the cost of this petroleum product? Number one. Number two, why is it mandatory for us to continuously do development project when we are in crisis? We can still suspend all our development projects. And then when situation becomes better, then we can start our development project. So the issue is not about the arithmetics of those specific items within the cost of petroleum product. It is how best you can twist to conform to the needs of common Mwananchi. Or else, if it is possible, then every Kenyan's salaries or incomes be increased by certain percentage. Let's cover
or relief. Exactly. During COVID.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's not about the conditions that have been placed by other international donors.